other than like C9 and TL, which seem like the strongest teams, I would assume those would be our competition for finals.
Well, it is the 8th week of LCS. The window is rapidly closing on the opportunity to make it to playoffs. I'm with Prolly, who once again, for so many years, is sneaking his way through that little window by relying on the talents of those around him. Coverage, of course, brought to you by Omni/Prolly.
Yes.
How do you keep doing this?
Well, first of all, thank you for that introduction. That was very lovely. And mostly nice.
Yeah.
How do I keep doing it? I don't know, dude. I think I'm a bad actor, but maybe that's just because I'm my harshest critic. And in the real world, I'm actually like just smurfing on everything. No one has any clue what I'm doing, I'm just.
You don't even know what you're doing.
Like
yeah.
I made that. I'm the personification of fake it till you make it.
So you are a fake.
Yes, absolutely.
And you're somehow making it.
Or, I mean, this could be part of the acting. That's why I'm so good. I don't know what I'm doing. You don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
It's just, you can't guess.
Yeah. Speaking of your somehow survival, we have seen so many coaches get just purged out the past couple of weeks, and you're still here. Again, like, how did you survive that purge?
Yeah. Purge is well, I watched the movies.
Nick Allen literally dragged Tony out of and just threw him on the ground, pulled out a pistol.
Why?
Yeah.
I'm sorry about that.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about that in a second. But how did you survive this purge?
How did I survive it?
Did they come? Did you see Nate Shot like sneaking around, kind of thinking about ways to murder you?
You just sitting there with like a knife in the back, like.
Yeah.
No. Actually, I haven't even felt like remotely worried about my position. Like, although like I am like, because like when we do badly, I like take it upon myself and stuff. The way like Matt and John and Jackson and like everyone under these organizations, they're like so overly supportive of me and the team. It's like I've never really had a moment where I'm like, oh, they're gonna just like kick me and this whole team's gonna be like really weird. It's like, do they really like believe in like me and the whole team like going forward? So I'm actually really happy with them, especially like during all this like, the purging that's going on. I'm really glad I'm not part of one of those organizations because that sounds like absolutely terrifying. Like no clue what's happening. Team's losing, kick head coach. Awesome. So.
Yeah. So you were mentioning that you seem surprised by Tony's departure from CLG.
I mean, this is one of the moments where it's like when it happened, I was really surprised. And then like I guess looking at it like without any emotions and looking just like straight numbers wise, like they're just like losing everything and they had bad spring split. So at this point, I guess. Yeah, the way like league is, you sign these like big like player contracts usually, and like the player deadline is like really soon in the split, so you don't really get chances to ever move players after a certain point. So if something needs to change, like this could be like the motivation to get them on track, or maybe it really was like he just doesn't fit with them because coaches really need to be mostly like handpicked for the players or vice versa, one of the combinations. So after he got kicked, I was really shocked because I don't know, I respect him a lot, but I guess, if you're losing in spring and losing in summer, I guess the org will do something. If they don't know, if they can't do roster changes, something has to happen. So I kind of get it, but it still feels really, like, crazy when I see, like, 5 coaches being, like, just, like, kicked and replaced in a couple weeks span. Like,
I'm surprised you're saying you're not worried because I'd be looking around being like, wow, there's a plague going around taking these guys out one by one.
I mean, unless... Yeah, I don't know. The Matt and John and Jackson, they're all like really genuine guys, so I've never had that feeling around them.
Well, and you're showing results too, I think. I'm sure that's helpful.
Yeah, I guess doing well. But I mean, even Echo Fox had some turnover. It wasn't really a kicking.
Right.
But even like any kind of like change in the coaching side seems really like, I don't know, abrasive for the team. It's like this is like the moment in summer split where you have to like pick it up, go really fast. And like when you're just like changing stuff, it's like, I don't know, I hope the team can like pick up this like lack of like knowledge or direction. Yeah. I guess is like the hope with some of these changes. So I don't know. It's
because what I in my mind, one of the things that surprised me about the Tony thing is that they only got a couple weeks left.
Yeah.
In my mind, like you're in it or you're out. Like it just it feels weird to me. In your opinion, do you think there is the potential for CLG to resolve their issues with their coach leaving for the final 2 weeks?
Well, the only like advantage I see in like this kind of thing, because it happened maybe like 2 years ago in Europe with like Fnatic, like they were losing a whole bunch and then like kind of kicked Daylor and they had no coach for a while,
Sure.
but then they like flopped in playoffs. So what I'm assuming is if you have no coach, like while you have a coach, you're a bit spoiled, right? It's like if you go into game, someone's gonna help you with pick bans,
Sure.
someone's gonna help you with like what to pick or like blah blah blah. Someone's gonna do a review for you. So if you like take all that away, like maybe that lights a bit of a fire under your ass because you like go into draft and you're like, wait a second, what's my top lane's champion pool? What's my like bot lane's champion pool? I don't know. Like who's the guy who knows all this stuff? So maybe like that kind of like gap of like direction will help them like kind of fill it, and someone will like take that leadership role. But
Sure.
the big issue is if no one wants to fill that leadership role, they're gonna get way worse. So I mean, I guess I'm biased because I'm from a head coach perspective, but yeah, it's 3 weeks left, and I would have just said like, let's change something. I don't know about our daily practice maybe, or how we're practicing. Maybe practice less, maybe practice more. Something like I wouldn't have changed something so drastic without like, yeah, it seems too much of a gamble, I guess.
Yeah. All right, moving away from the coaching stuff, what do you think of Hunter T's position right now, and where do you see them ending up? I mean, is there a chance you guys win finals? Do you feel like you're behind a couple teams? Like, what do you generally think of the situation with the team?
I think if we can play like the day, we can win finals against. We can actually beat TL if we can perform like we did today.
And in your mind, TL is assumed to be there with you.
Well, yeah, I assume TL is going to be there because right now I just don't see any other teams other than maybe like C9 kind of like sneaking up a bit. So this is just like what I know now, predicting the future. So I'm ready to be wrong. Okay. But other than like C9 and TL, which seem like the strongest teams, I would assume those would be our competition for finals. And I think TL is the one we've had the worst record against. So that's why I mentioned them first. Like if we can play this way, because just historically they've been the hardest team we played. Yeah. I think like C9 we have a 1-1 or 2-0 in spring and like 1-1 in summer. Or actually we haven't played them yet. We beat them first time. Okay, so
you played them at least once.
Yeah, we played them once. So I think we play them week 9. So we'll have to see if we can get the clean 2-0.
Sure.
But other than that, yeah, TL just seems like they've had our number for so long. But I think what we showed today, this is like a good growth period for us if we can like keep this up. I really like how our matchup against TL will be, hopefully in playoffs.
Yeah. There is an event that is occurring in a couple days that I think it's interesting because it's going to put a lot of pressure on every single coach and every single region around the world to make sure that their players stay on track. Are you ready for this? And you've got a player who I think is very predisposed to be distracted by this.
I know what you're talking about, yeah.
Yeah. The battle for Azeroth will be beginning probably. Yeah. And there's a poll that I've seen like every 2 years. This event occurs right around Worlds, and then you see which teams can win and survive, or which teams you hear. Well, behind the scenes at group stage, they were just they were raiding, or
Yeah.
So are you ready to try to police this?
Oh, absolutely. MMOs have been on my list of like, if I see you playing them, I'll murder you. Because I'm very much like. I'm very agreeable when it comes to playing other games or doing things other than League of Legends outside of scrim time. Yeah. Like I push my players like, don't just do nothing and like watch TV all day. Like literally go practice other video games, and it will in turn help you with League. But World of Warcraft is one of them that I do not believe does. Unless you're doing like maybe competitive arena, you can swing it, but every time I watch anyone play WoW, they're just like AFK farming carrots and stuff like that. So I know if any of us start playing WoW, it's like they're just going to be leveling for hours and not getting any kind of mechanical skill or thought process going on. So I will have to watch Zach Aframu.
He has a history. He could relapse.
He's the most susceptible to the new World of Warcraft expansion. So I have to watch him very closely. Okay. I think everyone else is okay though. So Zach's the only one I have to like, hey man, what have you been doing?
Because I am in a guild right now, an NALCS guild, and like there are a couple coaches in there, and some players have been joining recently. Well, somebody who's playing is Tony. Tony's spending a lot of time on there now. He's in the guild.
Well, yeah, why not?
Yeah.
I've had this. Yeah, if I were him, I'd play WoW. Yeah. I mean, I want to play WoW, so that's like that helps me police him a bit
Yeah.
because I want it too. So I'm like not letting myself play it. So every time like I get the urge, like, oh man, would it be so great to play it? I'll think in my head like, I have to make sure Zach's not playing it, and I'll go stop him.
I'm thinking about, I have a support page where people can like Twitch Prime sub, or they can, use my Patreon or whatever. I'm thinking about including like, here's my character's name on Tichondrius Horde.
Oh, you
I
play
will
on
take gold.
Tichondrius?
Yeah, of course. I rolled on Tichondrius in 2004, not knowing it would become like the esports server ever. That's why it's very clear I was meant to work in
You
esports.
play hard though?
Yeah, well, I almost always play Alliance, but everybody's playing hard, so I switched. And I know a bunch of people are going to get...
It's like super alliance heavy, isn't it?
No, it's super horde heavy.
Super horde
Yeah.
Oh man, okay. Maybe I just forgot then.
Yeah. But either way, thinking about just accepting gold there is a form of support. I think that's a good idea.
That's the old like WoW days. Like I still remember when I was a younger lad playing video games. I would just sit in Orgrimmar and be like, does anyone have 15 silver for my guild charter? I need signatures.
Yeah.
So I remember
And no one wanted to join your guild?
Well, no, because it was by myself, and I didn't need them to join. I needed the signatures, right?
Okay.
Because you need them to sign the charter.
See, guilds are normally a great way to like meet people, make friends. You were by yourself. You're just...
Oh yeah, I started WoW by myself. Eventually, people started playing.
Okay. So you did find friends eventually, because
this is obvious. When I first started the game, I'm terrible at it, and I'm begging for money. You think I was begging for money after I played the game?
What race and class did you play? I have an idea, but I'm not going to say. Somewhat offensive. You should just say.
Is there an offensive like class in World of Warcraft?
I feel like yes, you say what you play.
All right, so I mained in like vanilla TBC, blah blah blah, Orc Warlock.
Orc. Oh, I thought you were Alliance.
No.
Okay.
I'm for the Horde, baby.
Okay.
I played Alliance like later when I realized that they're literally the exact same, and it was just in my head.
Yeah.
But when I was younger and I was playing, I was like, for the Horde, if you play Alliance, you're a bad person or something. So I eventually came to the point where it's like, oh, it's just a video game.
Yeah.
But I play Horde mostly because, I don't know.
Yeah.
Orcs have like awesome shoulders.
Sounds like you want to play.
Oh, absolutely. I honestly would love to play. And this stupid like job thing I hear that you need in life is like preventing me from doing what I want.
Yeah.
But, I think that's just part of life.
Yeah. Anything you want to say to anybody?
No, don't say anything to anybody except for the fans of 100 Thieves. Love you guys. Thank you.
Check out the rest of my coverage of all things esports right here on my YouTube channel.
Hey everybody, thank you for supporting Travis Gafford's content. If you like his stuff, please like, subscribe, and comment on YouTube. And also make sure to subscribe to him on Twitch because he needs the money, twitch.tv/Travis Gafford. And thank you to OmniSlash for sponsoring him and making sure he has a home.